Meanwhile, a court in Pakistan's Gujarat is all set to begin trial on the 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed's case today. Now, last month, Hafiz Saeed had been charged under the Anti-terrorism Act after a Pakistani court in Gujranwala had found him guilty of a terror financing case. Now, the case was then shifted to Pakistan's Gujarat and will be heard by the Anti-terror court in Mandi Bahauddin starting from today. And the United Nations proscribed terrorist was arrested on the 17th of July while he was en route to Gujranwala. He was being held at a Lahore prison under high security. Now, the Counter-Terrorism Department of Punjab had filed 23 FIRs in the month of July against Hafiz Saeed and several other Jamaat-ud-Dawa and Falah-e-Insaniyat leaders. The FIRs were on the charges of terror financing, and the CTD had also registered the cases in 5 cities of Punjab in Pakistan. Now, Hafiz Saeed was declared as a global terrorist by the United Nations Security Council recently after a long protracted battle by India at the United Nations body. The former United States ambassador to India has slammed Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan for increasing the volatility in the region. Former envoy Tim Romer's comments came after Imran Khan wrote an opinion piece in a US newspaper. Now, Imran Khan has accused India of not wanting to have a dialogue for peace. He's also threatened that there will be severe consequences for the whole world over the issue of Kashmir in the eventuality that a nuclear war takes place. Now, in a tweet, Romer has tagged Imran's opinion piece and has said that the United States should continue to back India. Romer has said, and I quote here, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan hypes the Kashmir situation, personally attacks Prime Minister Modi, and also increases the volatility in the region. US policy should remain steady towards strategic relations with India, emphasize counter-terror cooperation, and also push Pakistan for real results. Now, Tim Romer was the American ambassador to India from 2009 till 2011 during the leadership of President Barack Obama. He also oversaw several key policies featuring cooperation between India and the United States. And one of the key policies was, of course, Counter-Terrorism Cooperation Initiative with India, which had focused on areas such as money laundering, terror financing, and border security. Meanwhile, elections are, of course, nearing in the United States, and the overwhelmingly crowded field of Democratic candidates has begun its political campaigning, but some are even politicizing internal issues of other nations for electoral gains. Now, we're talking about the U.S. Senator and presidential contender Bernie Sanders, who, while addressing a gathering of Muslims in Houston, claimed that he was deeply concerned about the situation in Kashmir. He even wants the U.S. government to speak out boldly and publicly in support of a United Nations-backed peaceful resolution on Kashmir. The 77-year-old politician was addressing one of the largest Muslim gatherings in the country, the annual convention of the Islamic Society of North America. Listen in to what Bernie Sanders had to say.
I am also deeply concerned about the situation in Kashmir. The United States government must speak out boldly in support of international humanitarian law and in support of a UN-backed peaceful resolution that respects the will of the Kashmiri people.
All right, so that is what Bernie Sanders had to say, that the United States should speak out boldly. Now, remember, on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Biarritz, Prime Minister Modi had categorically stated that all issues between India and Pakistan were bilateral and that there can be no possibility for third-party mediation on Kashmir, a position that was also backed by US President Donald Trump. Now, Pakistan, of course, has been trying its very best. Its government wrote a letter to the United Nations over Kashmir, but it found no weight in the United Nations Security Council, with its president even refusing to make any comments. So Bernie's statement seems to be pandering to what he clearly sees as his vote bank in the race to the White House, because steered clear of issues of human rights violations in Pakistan, especially the Balochistan region.